It's on.
Okay.
And here we are.
Hi.
Fantastic. How you doing? How you feeling right now?
Sleepy.
This is a perfect time to do a podcast then, huh?
Sleepy and tipsy.
Sleepy Tipsy.
I feel like those are dwarf names, but yes.
They're like Snow White.
Yeah.
There was Dopesy. There
wasn't an S. It was just Dopey.
Zodiac Killer.
Yeah.
I feel like they're all like kind of like serial killers anyway.
Probably.
Like all the seven dwarfs.
Well,
Has there?
Doc was so cute.
The one with the glasses.
Yeah, he was
the smart one.
Yeah.
Do you think there's ever been like a little person serial killer?
Oh. No.
I don't know, I'm just thinking of that.
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because we've never heard of it.
You would know from all the stab wounds on all the knees. Something. I don't know. I would think it would be pretty easy. It's either a child or...
I would think we would have heard about it by now as much shows as we watch.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, there should be more of these.
My eye is itchy.
Is it because you're dehydrated?
No, it's because I was playing with the big dog.
Oh, and you got...
Lando.
Oh, the cat.
Yeah.
The big dog.
I call him the big dog.
Yeah.
Because he thinks he's a dog and he's a giant cat.
He is.
And I was roughing him up like he's a big dog.
You were choking out the cat? What the fuck?
No, I was petting him rough. Like he likes it. And now my eyes are itchy.
He likes it, huh?
He does.
Okay. That's cool. I don't fuck with him like that
I
because my eyes get way worse than yours.
I know.
Yeah.
But also he loves me more than you.
Well, because you found him on a mattress
I did.
in the neighbor's fucking
I thought he was
driveway.
dead.
Yeah, we all thought he was dead. And I was drunk on whiskey. I didn't ever want a cat.
No.
And I was like, yeah, sure, because I was hammered off whiskey.
No,
I was
you said if he lives through the night, we can keep him.
Hold on. That's not how it went.
It is.
Not initially. At the beginning,
I told you to go get a shovel. I'm going to pick up a dead cat, and we have to bury it before the children see it.
You came in from smoking a cigarette.
No.
And you were like, hey, I think there's a dead cat on the neighbor's driveway mattress.
Yeah.
Because we live next to fucking pure trash. And I think I said something like, okay, well, go take care of it.
I told
and then I think you came back and you were like, I don't think
go get the shovel so we can bury this cat.
Did I go? I don't think I ever remember.
You never went outside.
I didn't even get up.
And then I came back and I had a cat in my hands and it was alive. And I was like, oh my God, it's alive. What the fuck do I do?
And I was like, what the fuck? Why'd you bring it in the house? Okay, now I remember now.
I was like, well, what am I supposed to do? I thought I was dead. I was going to bury it. What do I do now? And you said, here's my card. Go to Petco. Get what you need for it. So I did.
What kind of whiskey was I drinking?
When I came back with the children and the cat food, you said, if it survives the night, we can keep it. And then you named him.
So you saying I was so drunk off whiskey that I was willing to just throw money at something that was...
you handed me your card. I was working at the fucking liquor store. I only had cash and I didn't have any money.
Remember the movie Groundhog Day?
Yes.
When Bill Murray finds that fucking bum, and I don't mean to say fucking bum, but he finds the old man, and initially he just passes him off and he fucking dies, but then throughout the Groundhog Day, he's trying to like nurse him back to health. He brings him to the restaurant and he gives him food.
I don't.
It's one of the dark spots of the movie. It's actually a dark movie if you really,
I know,
really
I'm
watch
aware,
it.
But no, I don't.
But yeah, the old man just keeps dying.
Anyways,
keeps dying.
what does this have to do with our cat?
And I feel like that was like you doing that. You were like, we can save him. And
I never said those words. I said, oh my God, what do I do?
I felt like Bill Murray in that moment when I was like, all right, just skip all those other years and just go straight to just throw all your money at it. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
I don't know. Anyways,
so that's what I did.
A cat, and he's giant and furry, and he likes to be treated like a dog.
He's a big
because he
dog.
thinks he's a dog. He's like a 25-pound cat, and he likes to be scratched and rubbed rough like a dog. And that's what I was doing, and now my eyes are super itchy. End of story.
He has a great cat name, by the way, though.
Yeah, Lando.
He's named, but do you know his full name?
Lando Calrissian Deneen.
Yes.
Yes.
Because of Lando Calrissian
I'm aware.
from Star Wars.
Jesus Christ. How much more nerdy do you need to get?
I don't know. I could probably turn the camera around and show everyone my fucking Star Wars goddamn cereal boxes up there.
All right.
I got a Millennium Falcon fucking drone.
All right.
Yeah. Talk about dropping fucking bombs on motherfuckers. Okay. You want to get into our first subject?
Yep.
Did you know that Super Mario is named after a real life businessman named Mario Segal, who was renting out a warehouse to Nintendo? After Nintendo fell far behind on rent, Segal did not evict them but gave them a second chance to come up with the money. Nintendo succeeded and have named their main character after him.
Actually, I think I have heard that before.
You know what bothers me about that story is it doesn't sound like they paid that motherfucker any goddamn money. And why the fuck was a Japanese company
renting from
a man named Mario Segal? I don't know. That doesn't sound Jewish to me.
No, it just doesn't seem right at all.
No. So but I mean, so they just fucked them over. They're like, we're gonna name our character after you, but then you get zero fucking benefits.
It doesn't say they never paid him.
It doesn't, but you think they would put that in there if they did.
No.
He looks like Wilford Brimley in Cocoon.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Without the mustache.
The plaid and the suspenders.
Without the mustache.
And
oh, my eyes are so itchy.
I'm sorry about your eyes.
It's okay.
He's got the
they
lenses.
Can't see the picture, so stop. Put the phone down.
Okay.
Understood, but I think they did pay him, but they also named their main character after him.
They should have paid him more.
Cool.
His family should be paid for the rest of their life. Dude, that's Super Mario. Like, they made, remember movies? Like, remember The Wiz? Not The Wiz, but the one with the kid from Fred Savage, the kid from Wonder Years, and they did the cross-country trip. And it was the Wizard or something like that. It was Rain Man, but for children. And this kid was like great at video games, whereas opposed to like in Rain Man,
Hoffman was really good at math.
And they used him to play. But in this one, they used him to play video games, and he was really good.
No idea what
it was the first introduction of the Nintendo glove.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Anyway. It was a really good movie back in the day as a kid. Fred Savage didn't make a whole lot of good movies other than that and Princess Bride, maybe. And then he didn't do shit until Michael Myers brought him up and put him in the fucking Do You Find Me Randy? Austin Powers. Molly, 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 Molly.
Fred Savage?
Fred Savage, yeah, he was the Molly Molly guy.
I have no idea.
Oh my god, okay. Anyway, we've gotten way off topic from Super Mario, so I feel sorry for Mario Segal.
Probably shouldn't. I'm sure he got paid very well.
Well, I hope they're leaving all that out, because... Anyway, speaking of people that should not be celebrated, when Ringo Starr temporarily left the Beatles in 1968 because he felt sidelined, his fellow Beatles sent him a telegram telling him that he was the best drummer in the world and that they loved him. He returned and found his drum kit covered in flowers, spelling out, "Welcome back, Ringo."
Okay, hold on. I don't understand.
Ringo.
You read it slow, and I lose.
Ringo left the fucking band because he felt like he wasn't appreciated, and they should have just let him fucking go.
They sent him a telegram telling him
he sucked. Ringo sucked. Ringo is a horrible fucking. Listen to the Beatles. They're not. I mean, they created distortion. That was fucking great. The guitar, their tune, but they did not do anything in the form of percussion. like Ringo Starr was not a great fucking drummer by any means, in my eyes.
Well, his personality is beautiful.
He's the only one. What? Like, he played it well. I think George would have done it better had he survived his cancer, but
I can't speak on this at all.
John got shot and died, but he ruined the band because of fucking Yoko.
Yeah.
Paul
McCartney went on to do his own thing, and
and people hate him for doing the whole leaving his one-legged wife shit. And you don't remember that? Yeah. He had a one-legged wife.
I'm aware. She was a photographer.
Yeah. Stood on her own one foot.
She died.
Did she?
Yes.
Oh, he held it from her though.
No, his original wife, his first wife.
He didn't. Yeah.
Died of cancer. She was a photographer. Then he got with another woman she was an amputee.
Oh. Okay.
They ended up divorcing. I believe she left him.
Okay.
So you're getting this all confused. And
I probably am, but
Stella McCartney was his first wife. Is Stella his daughter or his wife?
There was something.
Linda was his wife.
Yeah,
Stella's his daughter.
There was a conspiracy behind it, though, that he was told that she had cancer and he did not let her know initially, or something.
I have no idea about that.
Anyway, yeah, some people believe that Paul died anyway in a car accident.
Jesus!
If you want to go that far back. I used to hang out with a guy who's like his dad was a big
that's like the
Beatles conspiracy theorist.
That Avril Lavigne died.
Yeah, it's all that
and
whole rock and roll bullshit. And then there's another one
that Britney Spears is like gone somewhere and everything from a certain.
She hasn't gone anywhere but off her fucking rocker.
Don't start.
No, I'm happy for her.
Start with Britney.
I'd want to invite her over.
I would absolutely invite her over.
We should hang out with Britney.
We should.
We should reach out to her.
She and I would be friends.
Oh, I would be so into that.
That's gross.
What? You guys being friends?
Really fucking
I didn't mean
gross.
it like that. Why did you take it like that?
You just said it really creepy.
But also...
That was really creepy.
Okay, but no, okay. So, yeah, anyway, Ringo, horrible. You know who's a better drummer? Keith Moon from The Who. The drugged out, fueled mother. That dude just...
You know what?
He ran himself into the ground. Ringo's still alive. I don't think that Ringo is that good of a drummer that they should have done that. I think that maybe that he do something about all them. No. And they're like, Ringo, you got to come back.
Ringo had the personality that everybody loved. Everybody loves Ringo.
I didn't love Ringo.
I loved Ringo. He was the cutest, the sweetest.
He was the ugliest motherfucking Beatle.
No, he was not.
Oh my God. He looked blind all the time.
He was not ugly.
He wore his sunglasses at night.
So he could see the light.
It was a different band.
No, don't start with Ringo.
Okay. Well, Jesus. You like Ringo. Cool.
I do.
I didn't know. I didn't know you were that kind of girl. I didn't know you were a Ringo. He is not.
He's okay. And can you see past Can you see past looks for a minute and look at personality?
I'm realizing right now that I shouldn't argue your taste because you're with me. So, but also
Ringo's very cute. He's very cute.
This may play into it a little bit. The illusionary truth effect is the tendency to believe the information to be correct after repeated exposure. The illusionary truth effect has played a significant role in election campaigns, advertising, news media, and political propaganda throughout history. Hold on, before you talk.
As you were reading that, all I could think of was Nazi Germany and then playing on loop certain things that they wanted people to believe.
Honey, I've said it before, is you say anything loud enough and long enough,
people are going to believe it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why people used to stand on the fucking corners in Times Square saying, the end is coming, the end is coming. Because eventually you're going to convince somebody who walks past there enough that maybe you drop a seed in their head.
Yeah. I completely agree.
So many people fall for this.
Yeah.
So many.
Nazi Germany at its finest played on loop over the loudspeakers on the streets what they wanted people to believe.
What do you think social media is nowadays? When you get on there and you see an ad?
Trying not to get into today.
Well, I was
Because
moving it today because I didn't want to.
I have.
We can talk about. You have anxiety about it.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I really, really, really.
As you
do.
should. It's okay.
We had an election.
Yep.
You and I personally don't talk politics ever.
No. Nope.
Like ever.
But, however, we have different outlooks on things, and
Yes.
we're still.
We are
like,
very different. We were raised
Very,
very
yeah.
different. We are very different people.
and yet we're still married. We're still
Yeah.
in love, and we can
it's
still
fine.
fucking yeah.
However, that's because
we're not-
neither one of us are extreme one-sided.
I don't
I
let
am
it.
more extreme than you are.
Yes.
I will say that.
Okay.
We have 2 daughters.
Mhm.
This election kind of meant a lot to me. Also, we live in the South. We live in a very predominantly African American town.
hmm
Where I work, I am literally, there's 2 other white people that I work with, and that's not every single night.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So this election meant a lot to a lot of people that I'm around.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of fear going around. And it made it really difficult and scary. It's scary for a lot of people.
It is, but
And
I
it's
understand.
because
I
of
under-
propaganda.
yes, and I understand it because
Now there's
it is
truths
that
to
fear.
both sides.
That fear. A lot of it is definitely instilled or pumped in from
Social
what they're
media,
watching,
news.
what they're paying attention to.
Yes.
Because really, I
But,
mean,
well-
when you break it down, hun, it not a whole lot is gonna change.
We'll see.
Yeah, but also, look, I was in the Army for 20 years, okay, during a time that went from a Bush to an Obama to a fucking Trump, okay?
Yeah.
That's 3 way different fucking people.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it really, it didn't stop me from going overseas. It didn't stop me from, it just, a whole lot the knee-jerk reactions need to just slow down for a minute. Let's take a breather. The shit ain't fucking hit the fan yet. Just
Agreed.
take a fucking breath.
However, after reading some things that I've read that are legit and not propaganda, fear is justified in some people. That's all I'm saying. It's
You should-
justified, and I see it,
Look.
and I hear it, and I feel
Look.
it, and I'm not willing to diminish that for them.
I understand that, and I am perfectly okay with fearing those who control you.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly okay with that. Like, that you should.
Yeah.
You should be at least not like in fear of, but you should be cautious
Yeah.
of anyone who's, I mean, Jesus, anyone who I give my money to, anyone who pays, yeah, as a citizen, big government, if you're just freely just, oh yeah, they're the greatest, they're the best, and whatever, then you need to be fucking checked.
Yeah.
Okay? But, yeah, either,
Well,
you get what I'm saying? Like,
Let's
just
hold on. Let's just back
question
up just a little
everything
bit.
is what I'm saying.
The other thing that has upset me about this election is that I feel like it has given people an open invitation, and I know you heard it too, because it happened very close by our home.
Oh, yeah.
It has given people an open invitation
But,
to spew their
okay, what happened was we were sitting out in the garage and we heard the neighbor exclaim from his driveway, "What a great day to be an American." And this was the day that Trump won the election. There's nothing wrong with that. He can,
He can.
yeah,
He can.
and we did not respond.
No.
no matter how, whatever, woohoo, you want to give them or you want to be like, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Either way, you let them have that. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of us played sports as children. Hold on. A lot of us played sports as children, and a lesson that we were supposed to learn playing sports was how to win and lose.
Right.
And I think a lot of that has been lost lately. I'm not saying just this past election, but
right.
I'd say decade plus.
Yeah.
Because of social media, everyone has a voice. Not everyone should have a voice. And I'm not saying free speech is bullshit, but just a lot of people that are trolling or just trying to spew whatever, everyone has a soapbox to stand on.
Yeah.
And they have an algorithm that they can manipulate, and they can just
also
it's a time. It's a troubling time.
Yeah.
It's a trying time. Do your research.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to get as bad as...
Well, I sure as hell hope not.
Yeah. It wasn't as, like... we survived the first one. You survived the first one.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, that's all...
I'm going to
stop
talking now because this is... I don't want to offend anyone, but you and I have very different opinions on this.
I know, and I still love you.
I love you too. I'm going to get emotional, so let's move.
I don't vote. I served my country for 20 years.
Yep.
And I don't vote because I feel like... Oh, wait, let's go to... Did we already talk about NASA and Sally Ride? Speaking of government.
Sally Ride.
Yeah, remember her?
I do.
When
Where
NASA...
were you?
Huh?
Where were you? Do you remember exactly?
I was in, I did not watch it. We were still in Chicago, and I think I was dropped off with that, like, college. My mom used to drop me off with
like a pre-K type thing,
they're
or
like
kindergarten
students that were preparing to be like
teachers that were
teachers,
like preschool type.
Yeah, I hope not special needs, because
I was in first grade, so you should have been in kindergarten.
This was in Chicago.
Yeah, I was in first grade, so you should have been in kindergarten.
What year was this? 86?
January of 86. You should have been in kindergarten.
We were on the move. Wait.
It was January of 86. You didn't move until summer.
I didn't turn 6 until July.
Right.
That's the year I turned...
in kindergarten. I was in first grade.
So, well, the kindergarten I was at was... I don't remember a kindergarten. I don't think we had kindergarten up there.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
And this was 86. So.
Yeah, so it was Chicago, or suburbs of... And, yeah, Billy remembers being in a school, my older brother.
Yeah.
They're like Irish twins kind of thing.
Yeah.
He remembers seeing the Challenger blow up.
Yeah, I did too. We had the TV
in
the classroom, and all the teachers were so excited because it was a teacher.
And then everyone was like...
I didn't understand what was happening. I just saw, like, the rocket go up.
Nobody did.
And then I saw, like, stuff.
They were supposed to drop the rockets and everything, and then everything exploded.
And then the teachers were all crying, and the TV was shut off and moved out, and we were like, what the hell is happening? Like, our teachers were crying. Yeah. And I remember my teacher specifically. She was so sweet. I had a rough year that year.
What was her name?
Mrs. Blanding.
I was going to go with a ski.
No, Mrs. Blanding.
All right.
I was in the hospital that year for a little bit with asthma. And she came to visit me in the hospital and brought me, like, all these little, those little rubber bracelets that girls used to wear? Like, little skinny rubber bracelets.
No, I was never cool and never a girl.
Well, anyways, they were, like, the in thing. And she brought me, like, a whole armful of those rubber bracelets and, like, all these little cards that everybody made me. And, like...
Did they make your arm really tight and then she, pumped the fucking needle in it?
Stop.
Okay.
No. Oh. She was very sweet. She died of cancer, actually. But she was a really, really, really sweet lady. But yeah, everybody was crying. Her and the other first grade teacher. There were 2 other first grade teachers, I think. Maybe just one. But
well, you know what happened before that?
No.
Before they all blew up?
No. And I remember all the horrible, cruel, mean jokes.
Well, no, yeah. Well, because she was a teacher.
But still.
And then it came out later that they didn't die upon explosion. Like,
what?
You didn't hear about this?
No.
They didn't die in the explosion. The back end of the rocket blew up, which shot them out, and there's still, like, voice of them screaming as they're falling to their death.
No way.
Yes, there is. It's there. It's out there.
I don't believe that.
But before all that, NASA was preparing for Sally Ride to travel as the first American female astronaut. Engineers initially were at a loss at how many tampons to send.
Oh, I think I've heard this.
And I quote, "Is 100 the right number?" End quote, they asked her. "No, that would not be the right number," she replied. 100. 100
How
is
long was she supposed to be there?
Well, not 100 months, apparently.
No, okay, hold on. You're showing your ignorance.
I am. That's why we're doing a podcast.
You don't need one tampon per period, which is monthly.
I mean, that's your
100 months.
That's your standard line of, like, if you want to start from the beginning, like,
Johnny,
like, when you're starting when you're like, how many
Johnny,
I know, I understand where you're coming from. Okay, you know it, but I'm talking
No.
I'm in a room full of men, and we're like, look, guys, how many tampons do you think we need? And some dude's like, well, my wife has a period once a month. They're like, all right, so how many months is she gonna be up there? 10 months. All right, that means 10 of those tampons.
Johnny.
Okay, and then we go from there.
Stop.
And then some other dude's like, well, she bleeds through multiple.
Seriously.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, like, that's how things happened back in the day before women
Are
were.
men really that ignorant?
They were back then. Like, before women were allowed to be, like, in meetings with men and be like, yeah.
This
remember
was
the whole
86.
Yeah.
86, not
Well-
the 50s.
Well, they still didn't know.
Okay, let me ask you this. If she's going to be up there for, I don't know, 3 months, how many do you personally think she would need?
3 months.
Yes.
Sally Ride up there, 3 months. How old is she?
Any female.
Well, sometimes age. Okay, what does diet control flow?
Oh my God.
I'm asking because she's taking like squeegee fucking things to the mouth. I don't know if okay.
No.
Okay.
However, altitude can sometimes change it.
Oh, like the veins.
I don't know why or how, but I'm just saying from personal experience that has happened.
But if it's painful in space, nobody can hear her scream.
Johnny.
It's in the movies. And space is a vacuum, so it's true. I would guess I would bring up 3 boxes of tampons. 3 boxes of...
That would definitely be extra, but...
Because, there's heavy flow days.
Yeah. And each person's different, but that's not... I mean, I don't know.
That's a good fucking shot. It's a first time go.
All right.
All right. You're ready to move on to the next subject, which is our last
why
one.
are we talking about periods in space?
Let's talk about cars then. You like cars better?
Well, I mean, that depends.
Did you know that there's a Bugatti Veyron? Veyron. It looks like a sweet fucking car. It has 16 oil plugs, and changing the oil takes 27 hours. It also costs $21,000 to change the oil.
Why?
on
I
this
just
car.
don't understand why. I don't care how much money you have. Why? That looks like I could touch it and it would break.
Do you think they're changing it with olive oil?
I mean, they've got to be doing like something. Why?
That was a Dago joke.
Oh,
Italian.
Because
that was the only reason why I could think that it would be so expensive and
time. 21 hours.
16 oil plugs. There's 16 different areas in this car that require oil pans.
No, it's just instead of having one plug and one, I guess, a larger area, larger engine, faster, bigger.
Yeah, it's like a V16 or some shit like that. But still, I mean,
I don't know. I don't know. But you and I are comfortable.
yes,
We have nice vehicles. We have a nice home.
we don't want for anything.
But no matter how comfortable or well off, I don't understand spending that much money on something that you're going to have to replace.
Well, when you have that much money, that's the kind of thing that it goes like when
They're all disposable.
exactly.
Cars are disposable now.
Exactly.
They're not. They don't last for 50 years anymore. Period. They don't make them that way. Even those. So why would you spend that much fucking money?
Because you make that much fucking money.
I don't care. It's status.
I get it.
It's ridiculous.
You're talking the same way like someone who can't afford multiple streaming devices is like, why the fuck would you spend, $20 or $16 on two more when you can get everything you want?
Personally don't.
Because
You do.
but also it's a thing because I can afford to do it. Somebody, a blue collar whomever, isn't buying a Bugatti and spending 21 grand, and working his ass off so they can afford oil changes on their Bugatti.
Right.
I have a Bugatti
Also,
and that shit just happens.
Also, I think it has to do with how you grew up.
I don't know. If I had money, I'd spend it.
Like that.
Can't take it with you.
21,000 on a fucking oil change.
If I was a billionaire, I wouldn't have a Bugatti. I'd have a McLaren.
I just don't.
I would have a McLaren, and I would have like a whole bunch of fucking dogs that I'm saving and stuff because I love them.
Yeah, we'd have a rescue for sure.
Yeah, and donkeys.
Yeah, and llamas and goats and donkeys and.
We'd buy up land everywhere and just make people pissed off at us because
that's fine.
we're rich. That's what happens.
No,
it
but
doesn't matter what
I
you
could
do with your
definitely
money
see
if
us
you
having
have
like a
people.
rescue, like having land somewhere and a giant rescue or just a farm or whatever.
Yeah.
I could see that happening, but not just that. Just seems worthless. Like.
It's a sweet fucking car, though.
Okay, but it's a car. It's going to take you to the grocery store the same way our cars are going to take you to the grocery store.
Yeah, but you look awesome picking up fucking...
You look awesome in my car, too.
You look awesome in your car.
I do.
Yeah. I would look awesomer in a Bugatti. That costs $21,000 every time I want to change oil.
That's ridiculous and disgusting, and I just can't. I don't understand.
Well, hopefully one day we will understand when we become rich.
Okay, that's fine, but I'm not buying one of those cars, and neither are you.
Oh, what if we become billionaires?
Gabillion's not a real word, but no. No.
It could be if people would fucking like and subscribe and comment.
That was shitty.
Yeah,
but
it was.
No. It's just, it doesn't make sense.
But it's a toy. That's what it is. It's all a toy. Just a toy.
Okay, and did you get every fucking toy you wanted when you were a child?
I did not.
Okay,
I wanted a fucking go-kart for the longest time.
I will buy you a go-kart.
No, don't. I can already drive a car. Somebody told me that, like, eventually it was like, you're going to be able to drive a car in a year. Why are you still asking for a go-kart?
Because it's fun.
And, well, it clicked. I was like, yeah, why the fuck do I want that little thing where I can just zoom around on the fucking residential streets, whereas opposed to I can get my parents' boat and just ruin people's lives or jump the Suburban. Only a couple people still know that. Bobby and Brian. Brian told me that. Bobby told him that I jumped the Suburban as a kid. Oh. Anyway.
Okay.
I think we've gone way over our time.
Oh, have we? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, it was a.
I did it twice.
It was a rough week for people, so
it was.
Just know that if
Breathe.
you're happy, we're happy for you.
Just
if
breathe.
you're not and you're scared, I understand. And we'll be all right.
Breathe.
I hope.
Just breathe.
Okay, goodbye.